Welcome to Tuesday, December 10th, and in class today we turned in our poetry classification chart number 2 from yesterday, and then I reminded students that they have a Latin and Greek test on Friday. In class today we started by learning about assonance. So if I can go to the second slide right there, I can recognize assonance. We just introduced them to the sound device. Assonance is just when you have a vowel sound repeated throughout some lines, usually of poetry, often of music, and it's just the same sound that's being repeated, not necessarily at the end of a word. So when we think of rhyming, it's the same sound repeated at the end of a sound, at the end of a word. In this case, the S, as an ES together, is repeated throughout this poem, or these lines of this song actually, and they are not necessarily at the end. So that assonance is a sound device, and we just want our students to begin becoming aware of sound devices other than just rhyming. So that was our big thing today. I guess that wasn't a big thing at all, just our simple thing today. We also worked on this, The Road Not Taken and Mother to Son introductory work. So our goal is to look at these two poems, and we will be eventually analyzing one of the two. So students will have the choice of which one they want to work on. But today we're just going to read the poems using the 7 strategies we've learned. At the bottom, there is a vocabulary assignment that goes along with the poem on the left, The Road Not Taken. And the goal is for students to just think about the meaning of words as they encounter them. So when they encounter diverged in the poem, their goal is to pause and think about what it probably means. And then after they complete all of these, thinking about what it probably means based on the context within the poem, we're going to look it up and come up with a really quick summary of or explanation of the word based on what the dictionary tells them. Often dictionaries will have several different explanations for a word, and they're going to use the context in the poem to determine which meaning is appropriate, and they're going to quickly summarize the meaning there. And then they're going to reflect back, like when they inferred, were they close, were they spot on, or were they totally off, something like that. So just quickly to state how they did. At the end of the hour, students had read these poems several times and thought about the calling cards of the authors, looked for allusions, looked for the connotation or words with strong connotation, that kind of stuff, all those 7 strategies we learned about reading poetry. And then, answer those questions at the bottom. And then kind of we're ready to think about which of the 2 they would want to write about. They should choose the one that they can understand better and they have a stronger, strong clarity for, and they can probably already see some of the literary devices that they might want to discuss in their analysis. I'm going back to the slideshow. We also reminded them that they're no ready because due Wednesday after class. It says online for some of them that it's due Tuesday today after class, but that's not true. It's due Wednesday at the end of the school day for all of my students. We will have some time in class tomorrow to work on that. And just a reminder, Latin Greek test on Friday. They might want to look at the terms once or twice, and they should plan on doing some reading. That's it. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.